Okay, everyone, we are going to do a really quick video on how to do tonight's homework. So, part of it's pretty easy. Some of it's a little harder, but you can remember how to do it. Remember, we cannot compare fractions unless they have the same denominator. The sizes of those pizzas are different. You can't compare them because they're not equal, so you have to compare them when they're equal. So, let's start with an easy one. Let's do number 3. We have 2 4s, and we have 6 8s. Okay, we have 2 4s and 6 8s. Can we compare these off the bat? No. If this was 1/3 and 2/3, we could compare them because the denominator is the same. That's super easy. This is not. We can't do that. So, now we need to figure out, do I need to change one of the numbers or 2 of the numbers? Now, I know I can turn 4 into 8. I know I can. So I'm only going to change one of them. I'm going to keep my 6 8s to be the same. I'm going to change this one. And remember, we're going to multiply by 1 to change it. Now that 1 can be 2 halves, 3/3, 4 4s, 5 5ths, any of those things. But I'm going to multiply by 1. So I want it to have a denominator of 8. It has to have a denominator of 8. Because it has to be the same. So what could I do to go from 4 to 8? Well, I know I can multiply by 2. And I'm going to multiply by 2 halves because that equals 1 whole. And I can multiply anything by 1 and it doesn't change it. So 4 times 2 is 8. And 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? Now, if you don't know your basic facts, you can use your basic facts page in your binder. That's why you have your binder, so you can use your basic facts. Once I've got this, 4 8s or 6 8s, oh my goodness, 6 8s is bigger, we know that, which means this one is bigger. Okay, so remember, write it down, figure out if you need to change one or both of them, and then if you don't need to change it, just drop it down, and then change the other one. Okay, now we're going to do a harder one. Okay. All right, let's do 2 6 and 4 8s. You're probably going to need your basic facts chart. Okay. Boy, can we compare? Nope. They're different numbers. Can't compare. Can I turn a 6 into an 8? Let's see here. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. I can't do it. So I have to change both of them. Does anybody remember how we do that? Okay. If you said multiply the 6 times the 8, you're absolutely right. That is 48. 48. That's the easiest way. You could do 8, 16, 24, because 3 times 8 is 24. 6 times 4 is 24. You could do 24. It's just easier if you take these 2 times each other, and that becomes your new denominator. And we have to have them the same. Okay. Now, we're going to do what we did in class today. We're going to ignore this side. We're just going to look at this side for a second. So 8 times something equals 48. Oh, well, that's 6. Now, if you don't know that, use your basic facts chart. 8 times 6 is 48, which means we got to do 6 6. 8 times 6 is 48. 4 times 6 is 24. Those 2 fractions are equivalent. Okay? All right. Now we're going to switch over to the other one. We're covering them because sometimes when we look at too much, we get confused about what we're doing. So we're only looking at half of this problem. So 6 times something equals 48. 8, cut, times 8, times 8. We got 2 8s. It's 2 8s because we're multiplying by a whole. That whole, I can multiply and get my equivalent fraction. It's still 1, so it doesn't change it. So 6 times 8 is 48, and 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, so now we have 2 6 equals 16 48. So that's my equivalent fraction. Those equal. Now, we can take this away, and it's a lot easier. We've got 16 48s and 24 48s. 24 is way bigger, and that means that 4 8s is bigger too. Okay? So remember, look at your denominators, figure out, can I keep them the same? Can I just compare them? If I can't compare them, can I change one? And if I can't change one, I'm going to have to change both of them. So just for your help, 3 and 4, you only need to change one. 5, 6, 7, and 8, you're going to need to change both sides. You may want to cover it up each side as you work on it, but you're going to have to find a new denominator for both of them, and the best way to find that is to multiply your denominators that you're starting with. Okay? All right, good luck tonight. Remember, we got 2 days until our test. This is the last thing we're working on. So if we stink it up tonight, that's fine. That's our lesson tomorrow. We can do it. All right, have a good night. If your parents need me, have them give me a call on rooms.